The other school of thought in the American military system of this era favored the defensive posture. During the Mexican-American War, future President Zachary Taylor had used the defensive to win a victory at Buena Vista. In that battle, Santa Anna destroyed his Mexican army with repeated assaults against Taylor's positions. Interestingly, most of the great victories in American military history at this point in history were defensive ones. The most famous of which was probably Andrew Jackson's crushing defeat of the British in New Orleans in 1815. The prolonged defiance of the Russian naval base at Sevastopol during the already mentioned Crimean War was an updated notice that once a defending force had been allowed to fortify itself, head-on assaults were unlikely to budget. The politics of the defensive, whether at the grand strategy or battlefield tactics level, may have been even more important to Americans than the real military value of the defensive. That was because the American Republic was horrified by the prospect of having a large standing professional army. They saw any large standing professional army as a hallmark of tyranny that would eventually be used against the people. As well, a large professional army was costly to maintain, and so that furthered the American people's tendency to avoid expanding the army. That aversion to a large professional army led American military theorists to lean towards the defensive over time. Any American army that would be gathered during a time of war would be heavily made up of civilian volunteers, or state militia. Trying to execute complicated offensive operations or attacks would be well beyond the capabilities of amateur soldiers. That is why sitting on the defensive with these raw soldiers promised better results. Fighting on the defensive takes significantly less skill than maneuvering on the offensive.